Yes, people, welcome back to my channel, Cast Central. Love that. We got Touchline. If you refresh, you'll find Touchline's channel in the hyperlink, the blue link. It will be underneath your screen somewhere over that way. But we got actually a few things to talk about, funny enough. But big up Touchline. What are you saying, man?
What are you saying, bro? Big up for having me on.
That's all right, man. It's all right. What are you making of United lately? Yeah, same shit, different day.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I thought against Sunderland we was good in the first half, second half a bit worse. I think Sesko's proved me wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? I've already apologized to Sesko. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want him. I didn't want him.
But you didn't rate. You know what? I'll be honest. I was never there myself. Totally with the whole Sesko thing. I was wondering why we're going for a strike. Blah blah blah. But yeah, no, he seems like a good footballer. So
yeah, he does. He actually seems decent at football.
Yeah,
almost like we don't know what we're talking about, isn't it? And Christopher Bell does.
Oh yeah. But we can make 10 takes. We can have 8 awful ones, but we can have 2 good ones. But we always stick back to the 2 good ones and never talk about the 8 awful takes.
Yeah, of course. That's
what I mean? Mate, as long as we're winning, who gives a shit as well? Yeah. But anyone that's in here, please smash the like button. International break. Any push for any video will be appreciated. You know what to do. Subscribe if you're brand new. And I'm due to change this overlay as well. So get used to this for now. It's going to change. Going to talk about this whole Bruno apparently exit Saudi. Fabrizio's kind of rubbished it, you could say, but he hasn't denied it. If you haven't seen it, whether you take it with a pinch of salt or not, I posted a video this morning, my own opinion about all of that stuff. So we got this Bruno 100 million Saudi exit confirmed. We kind of know that he's going to go at the end of the season. a matter of how much. But then the piece towards that as well is about Baleba and Anderson being the ones to replace him, which it sounds great, but I personally wouldn't do that. The Baleba one I can hear, and they even saying that even Fabrizio today said they Man United are likely to go for a midfielder in January. But
which I think will be Baleba.
why would you get 2 box-to-box midfielders? I've got 3. I've got one reason why they might not go. Why we won't go for Wharton in the summer.
No, because they want to play pivot. Maybe they might look at it and say want to play pivot, and then have Mainoo as well as the sitter. Because Mainoo will be the dictator, and then you have Baleba and Anderson. And I don't think you can potentially get a Wharton. I think Wharton might have his heart set on maybe Liverpool because they might have already snapped him up.
I can see Wharton actually going to Man City. I can see him being. I can see in a world where Rodri maybe might, yes or no, might be the same, might not be. But Rodri's getting older. They're going to want a succession plan. He might want to come back up north. I think he is going to be between those 2 clubs, Liverpool, Man City, for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like someone might have already backed him up. That's why there isn't rumours around it.
I think it'd be stupid because obviously we don't even know who the manager's going to be, if it's still going to be Amorim or not. I spoke with Ty yesterday, so transfer strategies can just change just like that. So we will never know. Then now we've got that's one positive, but then we got a negative. Now we've got Zirkzee and Mainoo, and it is you can't say no to it, but they're looking at January exits for on loan.
The World Cup, yeah.
Because the World Cup, yeah, they want to get into the squad and they want to make sure that they're getting enough game time. Which again, it's not easy when you got 1 game a week, but that's down to the manager to kind of sort out, right? So.
Yeah, I hear that, but I just don't think Amorim likes Mainoo. He definitely doesn't like Zirkzee. He definitely doesn't rate him. He didn't even play Zirkzee when we had 2 games a week and we was playing with Hoyland. He was playing Hoyland instead of Zirkzee.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that is very true. But what you're saying about Bruno Fernandes is he's always going to be spoken about, and I'm even seeing stuff like look, there's a lot of protection for this man, but I think United fans are now coming to realize the guy should have been 8. Now we're getting Mason Mount prop when he scored like 3 goals for us in like 3 years or in his 3rd season.
3 goals at Old Trafford since he joined, and 2 of them were in 1 game.
If that isn't white privilege, I don't know what is. Because if God forbid that's another player, look how Zirkzee got treated. But the way I'm kind of viewing it is, I spoke briefly about it yesterday, but whether Bruno goes or leaves, stays or goes, whatever, Baleba is a must in January. It's a must.
Yeah, listen, I'm hearing Baleba's not down in tools, but was it Fabrizio said that he thinks it's playing on his mind, that bid or whatever it was.
But I don't think that. I think that's an excuse.
He's playing shit. You just think he's playing shit.
I think he's just playing crap.
Brighton haven't been good this season, to be honest with you. Both their wins come against Man City and Chelsea. One was 10 men and the other one, City, just collapsed. Do you see what I'm saying? Against the teams they're supposed to beat, they haven't beaten this season.
Yeah, like you know what? Not everyone's the same. Whether Bruno goes or stays, right? I don't care. All I know is that we tried to go get Baleba already, but right now he's not proven to be this £100 million player that most people thought he was, including myself, because I would have paid it up personally because we're that desperate for a midfielder. But the way I'm kind of viewing it is, Gahey had a deadline day deal terminated, packed ready, a whole video ready to go, and look how he's playing. So why should you give the same respect? I know he's a little bit younger. I know not everyone's the same, but why should I give the same respect to Baleba? You can't just use that as an excuse why it's playing on your mind. Surely you're like, if I play well, Man United are going to keep being interested in me.
Yeah, but I think, as you just said, there's some people that are they just react different to certain things. I think Gahey, he loves being. Gahey wouldn't mind staying at Palace. He loves being at Palace. He's always said he grew up in Lewisham and stuff like that. Lewisham is South London, etc. So he loved being there. Baleba probably loves wanting to play for Man United because Africa, there's a lot of Man United fans in Africa. He probably is a Man United fan himself. You see what I'm saying? He probably grew up wanting to play it. So it's like he got that, and I understand what you're saying, but I feel like I just think it could be. I'm not saying it is playing on his mind, but that's what Fabrizio said. But listen, it could be. Some people just get affected.
I'm all for it. For me, I'm all for it. Like if he wants to down tool Brighton, we got Brighton coming up soon. If he wants to down tool Brighton, it just makes the deal even cheaper for me. My thing is like all of a sudden,
that's true. Look at his wages. He's on 5k a week.
12. I think it's 12k. I think it is.
No, I think it's 8k actually. Could be wrong.
Anyway, it don't matter what he's on, but for me, if he wants to downplay it, yeah. I mean, it's not very professional in my opinion, but we already know that Brighton already they like to extort anyone for a hefty price. But if we're looking at January and a premium price, how much is Baleba? And this is included for all the comments, right? All the comments. Right now, if you had to come in January, considering it's January, considering it might have to be a premium, they're gonna have to replace him quick time as well. How much is Baleba worth? How much would you pay tops, max?
I'd pay 80 million all full package, like 70 million plus 10 and add-ons or something like that. That's what I'd pay.
How much you pay? 90 million?
80 million.
So you're saying 70
that's full package. So if you pay 70 plus 10 or 65 plus 15 or 72 plus 8 or something like that. Yeah.
See, I think he's worth at least because of Jack. I'm going to liken this to Caicedo, right? And this is only a few years ago, a couple years ago, right? They wanted 80 million from Arsenal in January, even with a written request and everything, blah, 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 blah. They wanted 80 million. They stood firm on that. And if not, they waited to the summer and they got the premium from Chelsea. I'm going to liken that. They're going to want something similar to that kind of money, right? So logically, when I think about it, I think he goes from, I think United will end up having to pay 75 million for him and they won't stand, and I think they won't stand firm. I don't think they're going to budge off that price. And you know what? If anyone thinks you're going to get Elliot Anderson for the same price, good luck. And I'm going to break that down, by the way. We'll talk about it afterwards, right?
Yeah.
But Baleba, in January, I think if Ineos don't do this deal, and I don't know what you think, I think they're letting the fan base down. They're letting the manager down, whoever it is, because whatever manager comes in needs a midfielder. And if you want to push to get to that top 4, top 5, whatever, Europe, to get so we can have a good summer, 2 games, all that crap, right? We need someone that is mobile, no matter who it is, even if it's Glasner, even if it's Amorim or Xavi or someone else. United need to buy for United.
Yeah, because I think Champions League is so gettable. I saw some Spurs fans say that last night we're not in the race for Champions League. It's I think I'm like, bro, you know we're above Newcastle, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Champions League so gettable. I think if we just upgraded that midfield, yeah. Obviously, the manager, I don't think he'll get Champions League. I think he has to go. But with Baleba, I'm looking at it from the perspective of personally, I think next summer we've got to have a massive overhaul. I think we've got to do three. I think we've got to do a Liverpool type summer. Maybe not in terms of they bought high profile players. We might not be able to do that, but we've got to go out and spend 300 million next summer. Yeah, and overhaul that team. Get rid of the last crop of the Zanti boys in fucking Shaw and Mount. Do you get what I'm saying? Get rid of Bruno's. Casemiro will leave. Sancho will leave. Rashford will leave. That's so much wages off the thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money, and we already sold Anthony and Garnacho as well. We didn't spend that money. Actually, you can say we spent the money on the.
Oh, to be fair, that money didn't get spent because we owed some of that back in transfer fees. Remember, we got a hefty we got transfer debt. If you're looking at a transfer debt and you got Bruno Fernandes going for, let's just say, the 100 million.
That's straight profit.
That's straight profit. It clears a lot of the books, and you can do a lot with that. We're talking about Rashford, 30 million. We forgot about Højlund, by the way, who they're definitely going to go and buy 30 million. That's another 70 million. And who else have I forgotten about? Casemiro's wages off the books because he's leaving on a free.
15 million a year. Sancho as well.
And Maguire.
Even Bruno's wages is 300k.
Yeah. I'm not here to be an accountant, right? I can't be bothered for all of that stuff. But I agree with you. You do need to heavily invest. Otherwise, you're never going to catch up to Arsenal. You're never going to catch up to Liverpool's and Man City. You're just going to be an Aston Villa just about, and if not worse, right? We know that. But the way I view it is, I think other teams are going to go into the January market and strengthen. I don't think we're going to be the only ones. I think Tottenham dip into that market. I don't think Arsenal will, personally. There's rumors around Semenyo and Liverpool. Liverpool going to go and strengthen. I'm not saying Liverpool are gettable. I think the top 3 are quite solidified, plus probably Chelsea if they get all their injuries back on track.
Oh, this season, yeah.
But right now, it's such a topsy-turvy season. I think Ugarte's even leaving next year. I don't think he stays beyond this season personally, and we're going to lose money on him, so who gives a crap? Right, and that just goes back to probably transfer fees owed for his price tag for whatever we paid for him. Right, I think City's going to dip into that market too. United need to do it, and you know what's mad, right? I broke down this yesterday with Ty. Right, I think we should definitely be sitting. I think we should 100% drew with Arsenal. I think we should got a point there. I think we should at least draw with Brentford. Yeah, because of the goalkeeper. Let's be real, and if not, the penalty. But
and the penalty and the red card that should have happened.
I'm going to say for the sake of it, I'm going to say a point just to be fair, because I don't want to take away anything. But that's 2 points. And the way I kind of look at things against Fulham, we should have smashed them up in the first half. We should have smashed them up in the first half. Yeah. We should have been high and dry. So when things look like that, I can see why Ineos. I'm gonna say this to every kind of like new person that comes on. I'm doing these one-on-one shows. I can see why Ineos are looking at Amorim thinking there's still something. You know, let's see how it goes. Burnley we beat. Should never conceded 2 goals. Sunderland was quite comfortable. Now we got to go Liverpool and all this. This is the biggest test in Amorim's whole future of United, which is coming up. Right, you got difficult games. Right, you might have a new you might have a manager bounce in Forest. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Right, but we're not there. We're on 10 points, and it's always going to be a situation where now, right, we're not playing football. We're not going to play the football that we think we're going. We're not going to dominate teams. We might look good at Old Trafford, but away from home, we're going to get pressed, and we're going to rely on wing backs because we never sold that midfield. So we've got to get used to this new long ball thing up to Sesko. It's easy as that. We've got to get used to this. It has to be long ball and direct and get as much points as possible. Because no matter how you do that midfield, is either not enough legs, not enough technical qualities, right? Or just old. Wow. Simple. It's as simple as that. So I don't really want to comment. I don't want to say Bruno needs to leave because you can still have Bruno and Baleba. And that if you got a Bruno that can do whatever he wants in January, like when I say that, I mean you get a Baleba in January, right? And whether it's credible or not, Bruno in that 10 and Cunha off the left is good enough to go and smash teams. If Bruno's able to have a Kobe Mainoo and a Baleba behind him that could just do all the dirty work, run up, carry the ball and all that, right? Or even one next to him, vice versa. I don't know, which manager or not. You have a lot of you're using Bruno to his qualities at the very least, because at least with him, what I'm kind of struggling is we don't have a player like Bruno that's got a final third ball in the middle of the park. We struggle. We struggle without him.
Yeah, we don't.
There's different ways of creating, but you're not going to take Cunha's spot because Mason Mount's a love child at the moment as well, and you're definitely not taking a Bumo spot. So what?
Ahmad's the only one that can create in our team other than Bruno, probably.
With the final ball, really, isn't it? Cunha's one that you want to get into the box. He's not the one that has the final ball.
Cunha creates a different way though. Cunha opens up space because he takes out 2 or 3 players with his dribbling.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. A different way of creating, right? Yeah. So Bruno, he should have left. I'm sorry if you're a Bruno fan, but he should have left. But Baleba's a must. What do you give out of 10 personally in your mind that thinks like that one probably will happen, or we're going to try in January? Do you think that's credible? Do you think that's credible?
I think it will happen. I don't know if it happens in January. I'm going to go 9 out of 10. I think it's going to happen. And 6 out of 10 it will happen in Jan. No, 5 out of 10 it will happen in Jan. I'm 50-50 with that.
Yeah. Man City get Baleba for 50 million. That's because you've got a bunch of midfielders though. As well, 70 million in this market, 65. I would say 60 million plus, 60 million max, 50 million is what a few people are saying. We've got man like Scott in the building. Neither are athletic enough for Amorim's system. You think he's worth more than Cunha or Mbumo? In a January market, remember Cunha was a release in a January market.
That's not the best example though, because it's like saying like Haaland was 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, but I'm saying that in the January market,
bought him in Jan, didn't they? For like 20 mil or something like that.
But I'd say in a January market, knowing that Manchester United need midfielders, I'm pretty sure you don't have much.
No, but even in the summer, he's worth he's worth more than both of them, yeah. Because the club he's at, Brighton, I've known for literally, and I can't stand them because of how they are. Which is what we're probably going to get onto Anderson as well, which we know Forest are going to be difficult as well because of their owner. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand their Brighton because they've got so much arrogance because they've got Premier League money. They just charge extra 20-30 million for their players.
But that's called good business. That's called good business for them.
Yeah, it is good business. Yeah, that's the end. That's the end. But that's their models run on it, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not.
I don't see in a world where Brighton let off. I personally don't see it. If Ineos was to get Baleba for 75 million, I think that's a good deal. Only reason being is because we know what Brighton are like. I feel like, how have you got 75 million? I thought they wanted like something close to Caicedo money. I mean, if he keeps putting these shit performances, then I mean, it's not justifying much, is it? Let's be real. He's not justifying that 100 million price tag because if they let him go, they want the extra bit. But I don't know. I really want Baleba, but I want Adam more. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah.
That's my feeling.
I want another one more.
What likes you want? Because this
I want both.
Why does this look different in here? They've changed.
Do you not think that reminiscent of the Real Madrid midfield? You got Casemiro's Baleba, you got Crucius the Walton, and you got Mainoo's the Modric. Yeah, that's kind of reminiscent, isn't it?
No, not really.
I just saw it on Twitter yesterday. I was like, I'm going to use that.
Why has this changed? This is very weird. One sec. I'm in the back end of YouTube. You know the studio where you can see all your likes and stuff. For some reason, it's not showing me how many likes. Right, I can see it now. It's changed. Don't know why they've done it like this. We're on 56 likes, people. If anyone wants to support the channel, you know what to do. Super chats goes a long way, but also liking the video just supports the channel for free. So if we can get this to 100 likes plus, amazing. Again, trying to stream every day. You know what it's like an international break. So that's that. There's 200 people now. So that means 200 people could definitely like the video or subscribe to Touchline's channel, which is in the title itself at the very end. You know what? This whole Anderson thing is confusing, right? This is where I think Indy Kyler is now. Your reputation's on the line. For me,
his reputation's finished, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I don't know if it's finished, right? Because everyone looked to him towards Baleba, right? And he got it right and whatever. But the other part is he said Baleba and Anderson's done. Now, we know that United are interested in Anderson. I think him and Baleba are so similar in the way they play, right?
No. Anderson's so good on like dribbling, like Musiala, he does that thing where he just dribbles past four players.
I've seen Baleba do that last year too, though.
Oh, I haven't. I know what you're talking about.
I think they're very similar box-to-box style midfielders, right? Yeah. The way I'm kind of viewing it is this, it is credibility's on the line. This is where, for me, I want to put this guy to bed. I don't really want to believe him anymore. I'll be real. I just struggle to think that this guy's a tier 1 when it comes down to it. But now all us YouTubers are using him as some sort of source.
It's now, just we're hoping that we want to believe.
I want to break this down for ones that didn't watch my video, right? So I need people to listen. Marinakis. We all know what that fat turd is like, that absolute fat Greek, that flipping kebab in a flipping pita bread, fam. This guy with all the hummus surrounding his flipping mouth, we know what he's like, In a world where he did not let Morgan Gibbs-White go, I don't know where he's gone, where Morgan Gibbs-White, right, was not allowed to leave. He was not allowed to leave for a said price. Yeah, he's back.
Don't know what.
Cool. Don't know. I think you clicked backwards. I swear I heard a click. But anyways, in a world, where he did allow Morgan Gibbs-White to leave for 60 million, I know Forest are doing badly right now, and they could have a bad season, and United are gonna. But to say it's done on the 8th of October, when you don't even talk to players this early, If you're saying it's done, that means the fee's done, or some sort of I don't know, personal terms is done, right?
Personal terms won't be an issue.
Why on earth would this crook, this alleged mob boss, allow one of his best players that he bought 2 years ago to leave the club early and to say it's confirmed? Can anyone break this down of this Anderson thing and tell me how is it done? Because he said his words, right? I'm going to get them up as well so people understand what was said. Give me a sec.
Yeah, he said.
He's even pinned it. The guy's even pinned it. He's a Carlos Baleba and Elliot Anderson incoming. That's big words on the 8th of October for a Marinakis controlled side. How does that make sense to you? Why would you buy two of the same kind of player? Again, I think that's bad squad planning.
No, I don't think that's bad squad planning because I think you can play them both together. I don't. And also, we know we need 2 or 3 midfielders next summer, innit?
I know that, but this is why it doesn't make sense. This is why the Walton thing. It makes sense, but it don't make sense. We got told by Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, and multiple other journalists that Man United
they can both play 6.
They're second on the list. Can play 6. So this is I'm just trying to debunk this Indy Kyler stuff. We got told in the summer by credible journalists, obviously, that we was looking towards for news. The second on the list from Baleba after him, who we want, is actually Adam Morton, right? Now, all right, cool. My thing is, why would you buy two of the same type of players when you don't have a deep line playmaker? The biggest issue with Man United is not just going forward with legs and the P&P stuff. It's to do with the playmaking. Who's the guy that's going to... That's why he wants Bruno Fernandes. Look at this. Look at this correctly, right? He plays Bruno because he's got the long ball. He can spray it left and right. So why would you go and get an Elliot Anderson who Carlos Baleba who don't use that to their strengths?
Because they don't want Amorim in the job. They know Amorim's getting binned.
Well, we don't know that yet, right?
No, Amorim is getting binned. Even if he gets binned, you still won't get. You still don't need two of the. You don't still get two of the same type of play. That's bad squad planning. You've got Mainoo, right? You told him there's a plan. Man United want to keep Kobe. You could say Kobe's not too different from these players then, because he's not a playmaker. He's not one that you want dropping. You want him to carry the ball forward. Do you believe this indie guy?
Yes and no.
I don't believe him. I believe we want Anderson. I believe we're looking at Anderson. We've got Baleba. I don't think we've got any chance of getting Anderson because of their owner. So I think we're going to get Baleba. But I think if we got both of them, I don't think it's a bad idea. But all three of our midfielders can play six. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Also, it's squad depth, bro. What if Baleba drops in? God forbid we sign him, drops injured, fucking is out for 4 months. And then who we got? We're going to play in his role. We have to play Anderson. Anderson also can play further forward because he can. Anderson's like
he can do everything.
He's like a Newcastle midfielder. In fact, ironically, he's actually he came from their academy, innit? Yeah, he can, bro. You seen how he's dribbling, bro. He's dribbling.
He's unreal. I prefer him. I prefer Anderson over Baleba. Yeah, I'm gonna say that nice. I think Anderson can do a bit of everything. I think he can shoot. I think he can drop deep, control the ball. England's got a good midfielder on their hands. Yeah, I think United need to get more. I think England need to get more though. I think we need to get more British players personally, right? Because we don't have enough, and you're not using the academy. It's kind of alarming. No English, no, but it doesn't matter. English, Scottish, Northern Irish, Welsh. I don't care. United don't have enough. I don't like striving away. I don't want a team that's full of foreigners. Respectfully, right? I want to dip into the academy.
So people that know and understand the English game, basically.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. If they're from the academy, great, amazing. You're from our academy. You're from Carrington. You're ours. But United are kind of coming away from this identity where that's a good shout. I'm not all for it personally because it just looks. It for me, it shouldn't be like that. In Spain, in Germany, in Italy, and all these other sides, right? They always have their own.
They have bare players, their own people, and that's what I was saying. You know when Juventus were at their top, Juventus bought the players from the rest of the league. You know when Bayern were at the top, Bayern bought all the players from the rest of their league. You know when PSG, Doué is from the French league. I know Dembele isn't from the French league, but he is French. They bought him from Barca, but he's French. Barcola was from Lyon, and there's probably a few other players that they bought. You get what I'm saying? What was having Stiller? He's going to be available next summer. Apparently, he's got a release clause. However, they do have an option to pay out of his release.
Like I said, I want only the good ones, right? I only want the good ones because now we're at a point. I think you're lagging, but no, because I think United are now at a point where Liverpool, City, Arsenal can literally take all the great British talent, and we don't, because we don't even have plans for our own academy prospects or anything like that. Now, that's why I say Anderson, Baleba don't make sense, but I don't mind mixing it if it's obviously Anderson, Wharton, or Anderson and a Baleba, but I don't want.
What about Gahey? Because there's a link to
Gahey's got Liverpool, man.
Nah, he's not. He's no,
the
Real Madrid are looking at him as well.
No,
watch. Real Madrid will come in for him and they'll sweep him like that. They'll go and get him and Kanate as well.
You think Real Madrid are in a position where they can just get anyone over anyone anymore?
Yes, they're no. Unless you're Man United, then of course not. But Liverpool is their bitch. They're about to go and get Kanate. Yeah, he hasn't even signed a deal yet because they've already tapped him up. Yeah,
if I was a betting man, I'll take all your money.
What from that?
I'm telling you now, Gahey is going to Liverpool. He ain't going Madrid. Just because it's Madrid.
He may go there, innit?
He may go. He is going to Liverpool.
I'm saying no because I don't know if Real Madrid are actually seriously going to go in for him. If they do go in for him, he will go Real Madrid.
He's going to Liverpool. Anyways, I don't want to go Liverpool, but he ain't going Madrid. Watch, he's not going there. But I think Madrid might put something in there, but I just don't. The fact I think he's a man of his word. I think he's given his word to Liverpool. He's going to go Liverpool. You look at Kanate right now, and you probably think, "I'm playing." Simple as that. I'm playing. Yeah, so that's why they get Gahey. Anyways, not the conversation I want. Yeah. Do you think why we're not having links to Wharton as much because if you've seen recently, right, Sekou Kone, one name, that new kid on the block, the Colombian guy, they call him Baby Caicedo, yeah, him, another one of them, and we've just bought another midfielder. I think he's a Mali international, and he's also another midfielder, but they all look like deep lying playmakers. I don't think we're gonna. I think United have kind of. This is what makes me think, right, that Adam Wharton's not going to be a Man United player come in the summer. Because we're putting a lot of our eggs into a lot of these baskets for these players, right, that are in that position, right? And why would they? And obviously, if you're a young player that's captain for your country, or you've been around for a couple of years, you're going to think not just that. Jim Thwaites is another one. He's in the first team right now. Shea Lacey's in the first team right now, as well in terms of training. But United have got a lot of United have got a lot of sixes. Right, and I think they're gonna. I think the plan is to use one of these young players' sixes. Who's gonna take it? Who's got the balls?
Bro,
who's got the ability to go and take that?
Play six. I'm telling you, Mainoo will be Vitinha, like how Vitinha was. He can do that. You see what I'm saying? Wharton, I would love Wharton, but I don't think we've not got the capabilities. I just don't think he would want to join us. I think he'd be wanted, but he's already probably been tapped up by Liverpool. They said we'll come in for you next summer, and he's probably already agreed. That's why no one came in for him last summer. Did anyone go in for Wharton last summer? Because Liverpool probably already went in there and says, we're going to buy all these players this summer, and next summer we're going to go in for it. That's how Liverpool roll. You see what I'm saying? They probably did that with Isak fucking months ago. That's why Isak wanted to leave Newcastle ages ago. You see what I'm saying? Van Dijk was saying the window is going to be amazing and all that stuff because he knew. Yeah, I mean, that's what I don't think we're going to get Wharton. So I don't know about these young players because I have to see Amorim actually, or whoever the manager is, actually use them and see how good they are. Personally, I can see a midfield next season. Yeah, if I don't think we're going to get Anderson because of the owner. If we got Anderson and Baleba, Mainoo, Anderson, Baleba as a midfield three, yeah, isn't bad. Do you see what I'm saying? Or I'm putting Cunha at 10 and I'm paying.
Yeah. I think the plan is for young players, though. I think the plan eventually is for young players, whether we like it or not. It is. Whether it's whoever it is,
Chelsea model.
Well, no, I mean, you're going to get your experience in Anderson now because he's been around for a few years. Baleba's going to be around for a couple of years. Mainoo will be experienced. I think the plan is for young players. What's the point of going for these other young internationals? Yeah. Or whatever, if you're not going to go and get them. You need a pathway for Carrington youth players, right? Whether it is Shea Lacey's or whoever, there needs to be a route in there for me, right? And that's why I don't think we go and get Adam Wharton. Because if you think United are gonna, even if United get Saudi money, United are in a lot of debt. So I'm just trying to be realistic about January.
If we get Champions League football,
midfielders, yeah. I don't think United get more than 2 midfielders, for one. If Casemiro and Bruno go, right, the only way they're going to do it is replace it with 2 players only, right? If Agate leaves, then they'll go replace that probably with an academy youngster that can play in there, right? I just don't feel like, as it stands, with the position we're in, with the new stadium coming up and coming, whether it's going to be 2030 or what, right? With everything that's surrounding it, if you think we're going to go out there and spend, I'm just going to say it's not the correct price. If you think you're going to go and spend 100 million on Wharton, because that's what Palace will ask for, they asked for 70 million for Gahey in the summer when he had 2 years left on his contract. Trust me, 100 million for Wharton. If you think you're going to go spend 80 million on Baleba and then all of a sudden go and fork out another like 75, 70 million for an Anderson, and we don't even know how Marinakis plays when it comes to selling players, you think we're spending 250 million on all of that, even if Bruno Fernandes was to go for 100 million? I think you got another thing coming.
I do think we're going to do 200 to 300 million though in the window. Whether it's on midfielders or not, I do think we're going to do some massive amount of money spent.
I don't know.
But I don't know if it's beyond them three. I listen. Wharton might just say I want to join Liverpool instead of Man United. He may just say that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it might just be a case where he doesn't want to join us. If he does, I'm sure they might go for him instead of the other two. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think we'll get him. Hopefully, yeah. If we got Glasner, maybe we'd be able to get him. Maybe Glasner could convince him.
I think Glasner will change. You know, I think this is where a manager is important. So correct me if you don't think it's correct. I'm going to go through some of your comments. So if anyone's got questions and statements, don't worry, I'm going to go through them. Yeah. See, a manager is going to put across who he wants to fit his style for what he needs. I think Anderson or Baleba's. I think United want Baleba. Simple as that, yeah. So whatever. But the way I look at it is obviously a manager's got to agree with what he needs. I think that change. If you go get Glasner, he will change that and say, I want Wharton from Crystal Palace. Can you sell Bruno? Well, if Bruno goes, can you use that money to go and get him first? I think that would be the case. I think so, anyways. No, we don't spend 200 to 300 every year.
I was going to say closer to 300. I reckon we could potentially eclipse 300. I ain't seen us
Yeah,
eclipse 300. I don't think we've ever eclipsed 300. I could be wrong. Have we ever eclipsed 300?
I don't know. What did we spend the year before? We spent nowhere near that. We spent what, 120, I think, the year before.
The Ten Hag summer's the most we've ever spent, 250 million, when he bought Anthony, Casemiro, Lissandro.
That was in the first year, isn't it?
That's the most.
And the second year, we got like Zirkzee, and it was.
No, the second year we spent bought Mount, Højlund, and on, isn't it? That was
that was awful.
Less than 200 million, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Crap.
Yeah.
Does Amorim survive?
No, he don't. Even if he gets Champions League football, he gets binned.
I don't know. If he gets a mixture of results, they're going to keep with him.
Yeah, they might keep with him to the end of the season, but he's going to get binned.
If he ends up being Liverpool, which I doubt, then yeah, sure, he's going to get more time. But I think it's more of a like pay-as-you-go basis.
Would you take that? Would you take a win against Liverpool? So then I would take a win against Liverpool just to lose the next 3 games. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I mean, look,
I would take that. I would do anything to beat them. Just for the meltdown. I know what you're
gonna say, but I just want to win, bro. I'll be real. I just want to win and get results. If it means
I agree.
I just want to win and get results. I don't even care about Amorim in or out or whatever. I said it yesterday. I just can't be bothered for that conversation anymore. It's just
I can't.
It's so.
I hate how people as well like.
You're
some people so agenda based. Yeah,
that's you though.
Was they?
That's you. You're agenda.
I'm not agenda based.
Yeah,
I'm not agenda based. I'm objective.
You are not objective.
All right, cool. Hold on. Let me just set this down. Yeah, I hate how people don't blame the players sometimes, because sometimes the players are so to blame for getting. Like, I thought Brentford was majority on the players. Firstly, the first goal was a foul, but why can Maguire not play an offside trap? You're a professional footballer. You see what I'm saying? And if you can't play it, then chase the guy. Make sure you're on him. You know what I'm saying? That was the players. Yeah, I'm looking at and the chances, the penalties missed, etc. You know what I mean? Like, I blame the players sometimes, and then
this is false because you're probably including all the add-ons that never got triggered. By the way, like Højlund never cost us 72 million. It ends up being 60 because they never got triggered. Let me go through some. Would you take Emery at United? No. Hell no. My thing is with Emery, yeah, I think there's a basis that I like, but when he wants to switch things up, I hate it. Like, I like his 4-4-2 approach, but I hate his selections of players. It pisses me off, man. I think it's awful. I think it's degenerate. I think
he's going to get degenerate.
Let me keep going. Some of you, Anderson Price depends on how Forest do well this season. I don't think it does, though. I mean, they can't ask for as much as like whatever. We're in Champions League. Oh, you're gonna have to give us some money like that. But I just don't think it. I don't think it takes away from how much he would ask.
Well, if they get relegated, which I don't think they will.
That's different. That's definitely different. But come on, man. We've seen what's his name. We saw Southampton get relegated. They still got 60 million for Lavia. They still got how much money for flipping, what's his name? The winger Diblin and that. Come on, man.
40 million they got from, but they wanted 100 million at the start of the window.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Woodward, for all his shortcomings, we could trust him for certain deals. Ain't got faith. No, but the thing is, he doesn't. He gets the one deal over the line and everything else is... The reason why we are the way we are is because of that man.
And do you know who he would sign? Who would he sign? Who's like an old midfielder that plays for a big club that they probably want to get rid of? We
would have got Dominic Calvert-Lewin on a free if he was in charge.
No, I don't know about that.
The only one I would say that he would have made sure he got done over the line was, see that Harry Kane deal, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. He'll go and get Harry Kane. He goes past the entire budget on Harry Kane.
Yeah, he would have done that. He would have 100% done that. He wouldn't have signed Camavinga. Camavinga wanted to go Real Madrid and he...
To be fair, he probably would sign Camavinga though. Yeah, he would say that he doesn't get minutes though.
Wait, hold on.
If he was injured,
Woodward was in charge when Camavinga was around.
No, but I'm saying nowadays because he's not been playing as much at Real Madrid. He's not as in favour.
But that's because he's injured all the time.
Yeah, no, he's always injured. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily I think with the way Xabi Alonso wants to play, he'd probably prefer Camavinga. Yeah. Than a Valverde in midfield.
But you've got Caicedo. He's another one that didn't go for Caicedo. We end up rejecting it. Do you remember? We scouted him and he said no. But
he would have tried to go for him. But he goes for the old players, the big names. That's what he would. If we go off, yeah, what Ineos have said, they want to find the next Caicedo pretty much. They want to find the next big star. That's what makes me think that we don't go and get three
huge midfielders in
Have you
terms
got
of.
I haven't got a problem with that.
No,
Personally.
I don't have a problem with that. But my thing is, use them
As long as
then.
it works.
Because my thing is with Sekou Kone is, a little bit similar to Kobe. Kobe wants out in January, which is a huge concern. Again, but he doesn't want to leave. He just wants a loan, which I understand. If you're not going to use him, then whatever, right? They got making go out on loan. I think it's dumb, but if someone gets injured, make sure there's a recall option. So I think he needs the minutes. But my whole thing is if Amorim stays, I'm telling you now, Kobe ends up leaving this club.
Yeah, but Kaz, Amorim ain't staying. I can promise you, he gets Champions League football and he leaves this.
But if that was the case, then we don't have a basic conversation. We just end the stream.
Nah. You can. I just think on that conversation, I think they would back I think the fact that the players they're going for, and the fact that they kept Kobe, means to me, I personally think they don't see this long term. They are just hoping they could grind it out, maybe even just the next month. You know what I'm saying? And then after next month or wherever it is, unless he fucking does some mad thing and he gets third in the league and is bopping and we're playing some sick football and stuff like that, they know, trust me, they know, that he's gone. I understand what you're saying, but I just don't. I think Mainoo, when does Mainoo's contract run out, by the way? Is it next season? 2026 or 2027?
2027.
All right, at least
27 or 28, one of the other.
Yeah, Zirkzee will leave, though. Amorim can't stand Zirkzee. He just don't like him.
Yeah, Zirkzee's not his cup of tea, but my thing is, like, why do we keep getting rid of all the footballers? That's
you
what
rate Zirkzee?
Yeah, as a footballer, I think why do we keep getting rid of footballers? Like, Mason Mount should be going before Zirkzee, bro. Like,
no, but you know what? I hear what you're saying, but the thing is Mount is circumstances because his wages and it's hard to take. It's hard to get.
I know that. But I mean, I wouldn't get rid of these non-footballers. Like, why do we always get rid of the good footballers before we get rid of the crap ones? That's.
I don't particularly rate Zirkzee in it, bro.
Yeah, like why are we so allergic to technical ability? That's another one. Don't get me wrong, Cunha's very technical in that, but our midfielder, why are we so allergic to doing that? It's like for me, my biggest kind of thing is with Amorim is I see what he wants to do, but he can't do it. But my whole thing is like, are you allergic to wanting to keep the ball? Because our whole kind of thing, I remember his interviews at the start were talking about, keeping the ball, having most of possession, dominating possession. Right now, obviously, we're in a position where we're playing Brexit football like it was kind of under Ten Hag in the first season. I don't have any issues with that. But there needs to be a progression. And I'm going to keep asking the question, why did we not loan out Sekou Kone and why did you keep him if you're not going to play him?
How old is he?
19?
He's 19. I thought he was like 17. I don't know, bro. I just personally think Amorim just doesn't like midfielders, bro. That's it. He just doesn't like actual
comes across that way.
He just likes run around merchants in midfield.
But that's what we're lacking. We need some run around merchants, but technical ability. Anyway,
apparently he's stubborn though. That's one thing that someone said about his season, the Sporting. Apparently, was it Polina? He kept playing him when he was playing bad, or he didn't play him when he was playing good. Along those lines, he didn't like him.
I don't know. They've changed their recruiting ID. They are now looking at bigger, faster, more athletic kids versus smaller, techie players. Bants will be pissed. I think you can get a mixture of both in today's world, though. Amorim doesn't want the football unless it's with the centre backs. Yeah, he likes to build up with this. Well, he likes to play through this centre back thing.
That's a great question. Do you think then, if we go back to a 4-back, we need a left back?
Not right now, no. I think Dorku's more suited to left back than he is wing back.
Yeah, no, I agree. But do you think we need another?
Yeah, because Shaw needs to go. Because Shaw needs to go, so we need.
What about Dalot at left back? You don't like him, do you?
No, Dalot needs to leave.
Yeah.
Dalot needs to go. I'm quite adamant, that players that were here that's been here for like 5 years need to go. They all need to go. Bruno, Dalot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to fix the culture, innit?
Get rid of all of them. These little teachers' pets, and get rid of obviously the other little bits and bobs that are not required.
Dalot's got ADHD, bro.
Dalot's crap, man. I'm sorry, man.
No, he's not crap, but he's just got ADHD, bro.
No, he's crap, man. He offers nothing. Honestly,
okay, Kaz. Now you're doing the agenda thing.
No, I'm being dead serious, yeah. Other than the
Dallo
odd
was
1v1,
sick for 2 seasons.
he's
under
got
10
crap
arc.
foot. Yeah, he's got crap footballing IQ. He never checks his back post either. And I've been a big on that with him and Wan-Bissaka, that they never check their mirrors, right?
Yeah.
In possession, he's okay, but he gets caught out a lot. He always, when it comes to, he's like Maguire, yeah. In the back line, when you want to keep, when on the back line, yeah, you know when we always want to keep a line, he's not disciplined in keeping that line. So he's not that it's not an agenda. He is just not that good, and he's mad average. People thought that he's got great technical ability because he can shoot here and there. That's the one attribute I'll give to him: getting in the box, yeah, and getting a pop off at the goal. Amazing, yeah. But in terms of everything else, your crossing is so bad, bad.
His crossing's terrible. It's so inconsistent.
And I've been saying it for ages. No, he's good. He's good. Oh my god,
he doesn't even put it in the danger area. He just crosses. I don't know where it is. Yeah, he's terrible at crossing.
He's crap, man. Like, honestly, I think as a fullback, he's crap. I think his mentality is
I agree with you.
His mentality is just like Luke Shaw's. It's in the gutter. He's a confidence player. Can't stand him. Always the first to come out when shit's going and hitting the fan, and then the manager favors him.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, bro. That's why when people said to me, when Amorim first came in and they said Dallo's going to cook because he's at wing back, I said, I promise you he's not, because he's not a wing back. He's the best version of Dallo you'll see is just inverting into midfield and playing and build up. That's it, because he's a build up player. He's not a final third player. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I disagree that he offers nothing. I do think he's a decent technical player. But I would bin him, one, because defensively he's terrible, and two, because he's another one that's traumatized. He's part of the traumatized group. He's been to Anfield, lost 7-0. You see what I'm saying? He's been to all these big grounds and gets slapped. You know what I mean? He got like this, and he was very good under Ten Hag the first 2 seasons. Very good. But other than that, and you could argue he was good under Ragnick, but other than that, yeah, man, Mazraoui. Oh, yeah, listen, I just got a question. Who's better, Mazraoui or Livramento?
Wow, I think they're quite similar.
Because I on the catch up, I was it, and Geordie Dredd was like, they were all calling me crazy. He said Joe Linton's better than Mainoo and Bruno, by the way, which I thought was crazy.
At the moment, right now, you could say he's on form, but I don't think he's got more. I think Mainoo's potential is way beyond what Joe Linton can offer.
That's like saying,
right now he's not. Yeah, but right now you could say he's better. But I think Joe Linton's fell off a little bit this year.
Is he better than Bruno?
No, obviously not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
what but in the game right now, for where he's playing and how he's been deployed, he's probably more utilized much better. You could say that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's a better player than him.
No, he's not a better player than him. No, of course he's not.
You think the chat is saying Livramento is better? Now Mazraoui's better than him. Mazraoui's better than him. That's what
I love. I'm going to be biased. Yeah, I think Livramento is better at attacking, but Mazraoui with everything else is.
That's the best signing under Ineos, by the way.
Mazraoui is like, he needs to be deployed. See, if he was in that position where the low was playing against Sunderland, we keep the ball better. Mason Mount has a better time. He's just much better. He's just, I think Mazraoui's amazing. I think he's amazing.
I think he's a shutdown right back.
The low equals exactly. The low equals worst football like you. Exactly, Scott. See, I love Scott, man. See, because you know what? When people tend to have the same opinions sometimes and a bit more open-minded, I'm all for it, man. But anyways, people, we're gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna go over to Monster's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Touchline. It's in the hyperlink, the blue link, the blue in the title below. You can find him. He talks about Man United and other stuff. We're gonna be back tomorrow as well with who we got tomorrow. We got a bit of a panel. We got Musa and we've got Kofi B on. So on Thursdays. So that's gonna be definitely decent. But it's gonna get redirected to Monster's channel. He's over there with Hooks and Matt, I think. So yeah, man, run that up, smash the likes on the way out. You know what it does, nearly on 100.